In recent days, the world of football has been immersed in an atmosphere of emotion and respect rarely witnessed with such intensity. Fate dealt us a devastating blow, the premature death of Diogo Jota, Liverpool's talented forward, and his brother Andre Silva. These dark events deeply shook not only the fans of the English club, but also the global sporting community. Yet amid the sorrow, touching and surprising moments emerged, showing that football is more than just a game, it unites hearts, cultures, and stories. Now, as I write these words in 2025, the central figure at Liverpool's helm is Arne Slot, a visionary coach whose philosophy has breathed new life into Anfield. But even under this new leadership, Diogo Jota's legacy remains alive in the memories of those who wear the red shirt. And no tribute was as powerful as those made by two of the world's biggest stars, Kylian Mbappé and Ousmane Dembélé. Their actions reverberated throughout the sport, proving that regardless of clubs or borders, mutual respect among players can transcend any barrier. The events began on that fateful Thursday, when the sudden news of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre's passing echoed across the globe. For the Reds, it was as if the very heart of the team had been ripped out. Jota, with his playful style on the pitch and warm personality off it, had quickly become an icon for the supporters. His number 20, once a symbol of skill and grit, now carried an emotional weight too heavy to measure. On the following Saturday, Gondomar, Jota's hometown in Portugal, welcomed hundreds of people who came to pay their final respects. The scene was heartbreaking. Grieving relatives, close friends, and virtually the entire Liverpool squad were present to bid farewell to a player who meant so much to them. Amid tears and embraces, one feeling was unanimous: Diogo Jota had left an indelible mark on everyone fortunate enough to have known him. But, as always in football, the game went on. On the other side of the globe, during the fiercely contested FIFA Club World Cup, some of the most recognizable stars in the world used their moments of glory to remember their fallen comrade. That's when enormous names stepped in, transforming collective mourning into something even more special. In a match against Bayern Munich, Ousmane Dembélé did what he does best: shine. After scoring the second goal in a 2-0 victory, he didn't celebrate in the usual way. Instead, he sat on the pitch, imitating the iconic PlayStation controller celebration that Jota often used after scoring. The image instantly became iconic. It wasn't just a gesture, it was a profound statement of solidarity and admiration. When Ibrahima Konaté saw this, he couldn't contain his gratitude. The Liverpool defender, who shares the French national team experience with Dembélé, took to social media to express his appreciation. Ousmane Dembélé, Konaté wrote on X, formerly Twitter, followed by 3 heart emojis and the hashtag number 20. Shortly after, he shared a screenshot of the celebration on his Instagram stories, adding a simple yet deeply meaningful caption: "Mon frère, my brother," in French. For those who follow football, it was clear Dembélé didn't choose this tribute at random. He knew exactly the impact it would have. As a Ballon d'Or contender that year, his actions would reach millions of fans around the world. By linking his personal brand to Jota's memory, he amplified the tribute's reach, ensuring the Portuguese striker would not be forgotten. If anyone was capable of matching, or even surpassing, the impact of Dembélé's gesture, it was Kylian Mbappé. Regarded by many as the world's greatest footballer, the Real Madrid superstar found his own way to honor Diogo Jota. In a match against Borussia Dortmund, Mbappé scored a spectacular bicycle kick, igniting the crowd. However, instead of celebrating exuberantly, he paused for a moment in front of the cameras. With remarkable composure, Mbappé raised 2 fingers on one hand and made a 0 with the other, representing Jota's number 20. Then he brought his hands together in a prayer gesture and bowed his head slightly towards the lens. It was a sublime, almost sacred moment. Without uttering a single word, he conveyed respect, faith, and longing. Konaté once again turned to social media to thank his fellow Frenchman. This time, his post was even more emotional. "Kylian Mbappé," he wrote, followed by 5 heart emojis and a white dove next to the hashtag number 20. On Instagram stories, he shared another screenshot, strengthening his bond with Mbappé by once again calling him "mon frère." These gestures, though discreet, carried undeniable power. Both players used their global platforms to keep JOTA's memory alive, showing that even amid the fierce competitiveness of modern football, there is still room for humanity and compassion. Meanwhile, at Liverpool, the challenges kept mounting. After cancelling initial plans for a gradual return of players, the club announced that pre-season would officially begin on Monday. Under the supervision of Arne, the newly appointed Dutch manager tasked with revitalising the team, the Reds had to find a way to balance mourning with preparation for the new season. Imagining what that return will be like is complex. Many players barely had time to process their grief before heading back to training. Some had attended JOTA and André's funeral, surrounded by grieving family members and inconsolable friends. Others tried to cope from afar, but the pain was just as overwhelming. Even so, football demands resilience, and the Liverpool players know they have a duty to their fans, especially because Diogo Jota always embodied the spirit of dedication and passion that defines the club. Arne Slot now faces a crucial test in his career. As a leader, he must guide his squad through this delicate period, offering emotional support without neglecting the importance of sporting goals. It's a monumental task, but also a unique opportunity to strengthen the bonds within the group and build something greater than on-pitch victories. Although the tributes from Dembélé and Mbappé gained international prominence, they weren't the only ones. From all corners of the world, initiatives emerged to celebrate the life and career of Diogo Jota. From murals painted by anonymous artists to moments of silence in packed stadiums, each small gesture contributed to keeping the Portuguese player's flame alive. However, as comforting as these tributes may be, they will never be enough to ease the pain of those who truly knew Jota. His family, friends, and teammates will continue to feel his absence every single day. And perhaps that is the most important lesson we can draw from this tragedy: football, for all its grandeur, is merely a reflection of real life. Within it, we find joy, sorrow, unity, and loss, all condensed into 90 minutes of raw emotion. Diogo Jota may have left us far too soon, but his legacy lives on. Thanks to gestures like those from Ousmane Dembélé and Kylian Mbappé, his name will continue to be remembered with every goal scored, every passionate celebration, and every fan-standing innovation. And as Liverpool moves forward under the inspiring leadership of Arne Slot, we can be certain that the number 20 will never be forgotten. In a world where rivalries often cloud the beauty of sport, seeing players from different teams unite for a shared cause is something we should celebrate. Because, in the end, this is what makes football so special: its ability to connect people, transcend differences, and turn pain into hope.